I think too, like, if you're choosing to not be, connected with God and stuff, and the problems do arise, obstacles do arise, like, you're not gonna have that, like, supernatural peace, or you're not gonna have that comfort or that joy in the midst of being in a storm. So I think that's why it's so important for us to be connected to God, so we can feed off of, like, so we can enjoy the fruits of the Spirit. It's really important.
It's like being with God is having someone to run to when something goes bad.
Yeah, or good. Having, he could be the first person you want to share good news with, or the first person you want to thank for a promotion at a job and stuff. It's not a religion, it's more of a relationship. And that's where people kind of get it wrong. God isn't this dictator. He's actually the complete opposite of a dictator. So,
yeah, I think the Bible perfectly just describes him when they say Father, because he's our Father. And just like, hopefully, the ideal father isn't, or your father is nice, you can talk to him, He still has rules in place because he loves you, but he doesn't just let you go out in the house at 3 a.m. and be like, all right, you straight. Like, no, there's people out there, there's stuff that can happen, so to prevent that, I'm going to have a curfew. Be back when lights come on, or maybe not that extreme, but he has rules in place.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, also like the Father, he knows what you need before you ask it. Yes. There's so many times where I'll be talking to my dad, and then he'll ask me something, and then I'll say the answer like, I don't even know why I asked you. Like, I don't know either.
That happened to me, like, I feel like these past week or so, I didn't even pray or ask God because I really wanted to, like, interact with certain people. So I wanted to thank certain people in person. I didn't want to thank them over text, or I wanted to have a conversation with certain people, or ask other people how their event went or something like that. And I got to see each and every one of them, and I didn't even have to, pray about it or ask about it. He just made it happen. So, yeah.
Another thing too, I'm just gonna get into it. God just want his credit,
Yeah.
It's like I did a encouraging word at my church one time, and it was like, the example was, think if like you were at this church picnic. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. We're gonna switch it up a little bit, but I don't know, keep this. Okay, so think if you're trying to sell a car, right? And you build it, you make all the modifications to it, you pimp it out, pimp your ride, but in real life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then someone else takes the credit and be like, you want this car that I just made? And they like, I made the car, not you. I put my blood, sweat, and tears actually in this car. You gonna take this away from me and then sell it? That's how like God feels when he does something for us, but we give the credit to someone else. And not to say that, actually, I was gonna say he didn't put his blood, sweat, and tears, but actually Jesus died on the cross. That's the definition of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
Actually. So like he did put his blood, sweat, and tears into trying to save your life, and then giving the praise to something or something that's not even real. How people be like, oh, the universe did it for me. Like, yes, the universe is there, but just because something is there doesn't mean he gives it to you. Just because there's a fork don't mean that the fork gave me the food in my mouth. The chef did, who made it. No. That's a fire example. I just wanted to say that. Sometimes it's good to give yourself a pat on the back, because it's just me and Nia. So like, there's no one here to be like, that was a good point, Ledger. So I just had to say it. So yeah, give God his credit. And when you do, just like a father, he's more willing to give you more stuff later.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like too, like people wonder, or some believers like, why aren't I rich yet? Why don't I have this? It's like, can God trust you, to give him glory, honor, and praise one-on-one? Like if you're having a conversation with another person versus, like thousands of people. Like he can't trust you with that one person, with that one conversation. Why would he trust you with thousands of people to, let's say you lead them or whatever? Like he can't trust you with all the people.
Right. Just like the verse, you've been faithful over few. So, no. Thing is like you've been faithful with few, so I'll make you ruler over many. It's something like that.
Or is it like or trust? Like was the word trust in there?
I don't know what the verse exactly is, but I know when you show God that you're trustworthy with the small things,
yeah,
you show that you can be trusted with the bigger things. So let's say, for example, with Nia and tithing, if he gave her $10 and she tithed that, then he's like, okay, now I can trust you with 1,000. Right. Okay, now I can trust you with 10,000.
Right.
See if you still are faithful. See if you still tithe. See if you still what you know to do is right.
Also, something I didn't know when I was tithing, you also have to tithe gift cards. That is new money. I didn't know that, so I want to share that with you all.
A little life nugget, yes.
Little life nugget. So everything, any new money from the Cash App, from the gift card, from the paycheck, from the everything.
Any financial 10%. Any financial increase at all.
Exactly.
And another thing too, don't think of it as, man, God just taking my money. No, he's not.
Not at all.
That is for the church. First off, you're helping keep the church lights on. You're helping keep the pews nice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because if you went to a church and everything was raggedy and busted, you probably wouldn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Even though you should, you wouldn't want to.
Yeah. And like my previous church too, because we were in between pastors and it was a lot of stuff going on, so they couldn't afford to pay the pastor. Everything went to the bills first. So, if there's not enough to pay the pastor pastor won't get paid.
You shouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
And another thing too, even if, for one, if you know your pastor is crooked, go to a different church. First off, but if you're suspicious that they are being crooked with the money, don't worry about it, because you did what you were supposed to do, and God sees that. He knows all things. He sees all things.
Yeah.
So you will still get rewarded for doing what you were supposed to do. They'll have to deal with not doing what God told them to do with the money.
That is a lie from the pit, from the enemy, right. That tithing on the money you give goes all to the pastor. That is a lie. That is a complete lie. And when you think about 10%, that's literally only $1 of like every $10 you make. So he's literally asking for nothing basically. You still have most of your check. You get a $90 or you get a $100 check, you giving him $10. You're giving him literally $10. You have $90 to spend on whatever you want to spend. He's only asking for $10. And he's already blessed. That money is his. He blessed you with that job. He's blessed you with clothes on your back. He's blessed you with food. He's blessed you with vacations. All that stuff. Why can't he get $10 out of your $100?
Right.
So, just a little food for thought. We're not here to judge or, tell you all what to do. But we highly, highly encourage it.
Yeah, and it's not just like you should do it. Like you'll be cursed if you don't tithe. So like, don't be cursed. Tithe. You don't say this stuff just because it sounds nice, or it would be really cool if like, no, this is so that you can live this life and not perish before you get to the finish line.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say too, it's not like God is asking for 10